Welcome back to NBA Today. I'm here with senior NBA insider Adrian Wojnarowski. And Woj, the NBA Board of Governors meeting, it's tonight. And yesterday you reported that they're expected to approve the play-in tournament as a regular part of the future league. Why is the play-in going to be here to stay?
Malik, listen, I think ultimately, a couple things. The league believes it can be a moneymaker for them long term, and that it's helped, I think it's deterred on some level tanking among teams. It's kept more teams and more markets involved in the postseason chase. Obviously, teams 7 through 10 in each conference compete for the 7th and 8th spots. And I think what the league also found in the first couple of years, teams that are marquee level teams like the Lakers or Golden State Warriors, who in a season are not among the top 8, it gets them the opportunity to get into the postseason. So it's served a variety of, I think what the league feels are positive roles in the league, and that it is going to become a regular part now of the league calendar. The last couple years, it's been voted on, to try it another year. But now I think with the play-in tournament, I think getting voted in today as part of the regular calendar, the next conversation is going to continue to be about the in-season tournament. Now, 2022-2023 season, too soon for that, but it is potentially possible that 2023-24 season, that's probably perhaps the first season that we could potentially see the in-season tournament. But there's still a lot more conversation that's got to go on about it, and that certainly would be a significant change to the NBA calendar.
Well, and those discussions we certainly expect to continue tonight. What other rule changes could we expect to see made?
Yeah, another rule that's expected to get approved by the Board of Governors today, the take foul in transition. Now the offensive team would get not just an out-of-bounds play on it, and the foul call, of course, but a free throw. And that's something that the league's competition committee, it's worked its way through there, and there seems to be plenty of support to change the rule on that.
Interesting. Woj, thank you so much for your reporting there.
Okay.
I do want to bring back our entire panel here, Zach Lowe, Kendra Andrews, and Kendrick Perkins. Zach, we're going to get to the take foul in a second, but what's your reaction to the play-in tournament being here to stay?
Play-in tournament is a home run. It's absolutely worked as advertised. The games have been often very exciting. It has made more teams stay in competition mode late in the season and cut tanking a little bit, at least in sort of that middle tier. It's also created a kind of a very exciting race for the 6th seed to stay out of the play-in tournament, for the 7th seed to get home court in the play-in tournament, for the 8th seed to have 2 chances to win 1 game and in. It's created all these little sub-races in addition to the big issue of sort of disincentivizing tanking a little bit. I think it's a home run. It's a no-brainer. Applause to the NBA. They got this one right.
Kendra?
Well, from who I've spoken with, mostly the Warriors, but they're big fans of this. Steve Kerr always points to the fact that they were in the play-in game just a couple seasons ago, and yes, they lost that game to the Memphis Grizzlies. But the way that Steve Kerr talks about it, he says those were kind of like playoff games, and they gave our younger players like Jordan Poole that year the experience of then how to handle himself in the playoffs. So the Warriors are big fans. A lot of other coaches are also big fans of this.
I'm a fan of the play-in tournament. The one, I don't want to be the Debbie Downer perk. The one thing I kind of go back and forth with, and the other thing is it has, remember, LeBron James initially, he was a little bit skeptical of the play-in tournament. It has garnered the support of a lot more players over the course of time as they were able to see it play out. The one thing is the first year they had the play-in tournament, it was a little bit different when it was in the bubble. They were still tweaking, they were still playing with things, but teams that are so far below 500, should there have to be a certain separation potentially with those bottom teams that are racing toward the play-in tournament versus anyone in the top number of seeds? If you're looking at the top 10 seeds and you're in versus if there's this huge separation, should it be their perk?
Well, I can see your point. I see your point. I see what you're saying. But you know what? I think when you look at the play-in tournament, to take it a step further, I see accountability, right? I see accountability in holding teams and organizations accountable, not just for tanking, but for load management, right? Because now every game matters throughout the season, whether it's late in the season or at the beginning of the season, because those games could come back and hunt you, which could knock you out of the top 6 seed in either conference. And here it is, right? It's a shame that you actually got to get to this point because guys get paid so much money to go out there and perform every single night. And guys that paved the way for them, like Charles Barkley, Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, who wasn't getting paid near as much money as these guys are today, were playing 82 games. So I'm all in for the play-in tournament. I call it the playoffs before the playoffs. And so when I look at it, listen, it's going to stop guys from doing load management, and it also is being honorable to the hard-earned, to the fans who pay their hard-earned money to come and see certain superstars and not knowing if they're going to be rested. Now you can't rest superstars because those games matter.
Yeah, well, it makes me think back to that Kobe Bryant story where he would say to Vanessa, no, I need to go and play because you never know what fan paid for the top tickets, and they paid to see me play. And to be very clear, net positive. I'm a big fan of the play-in tournament. I love watching it. I think it's exciting. I love being on the sidelines for it. It's just if the 9 and 10 seed are separated by 8 games, 9 games, 10 games, then to me, sometimes I'm like, I can see where the frustration comes from in that 9 seed. If they're going to say, okay, I'm going to, but I digress. Mid-season tournament. Perk, what are your thoughts?
Mid-season tournament, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. You added the play-in. Sometimes doing too much is a bad thing. I don't like the mid-season tournament. I do not like that idea at all.